Whee! I thought I'd do that intro, you know, that one where like I'm unprepared and oh, my camera's running and I just sat down. I'm actually a bit unprepared for this, but yeah, Devlog number 15. Thanks for clicking the link. My name's Ben, I'm building a game in Unity for the first time, and this is my devlog explaining what I'm doing. I've already started my beer. I normally start the videos with a beer, and I'm on a hobgoblin today, keeping it simple. Right, yeah. So let's put that back. Got some nice visuals in. So where are we at? I put a late post up last week on Saturday, I think it was, around burnout. So yeah, last 2 weeks I've been quite stressed actually. And for those that haven't seen the video, basically on Friday I was absolutely worn out, burnt out, tired, exhausted, and I decided to go and do something I've never done before, which is go camping in the woods on my own and just sort of reset my mental state, which did me a world of good. Set really well, had a really good weekend, and on Monday, like, there's just so much going on at work at the moment, it all came back and I lost a load of energy in the evenings and I didn't get as far as I would have liked. So I've not really got that many updates on the game this week. That being said, I'm looking at the scene manager that I created, which sort of deals with the transitions of story. That needs a bit of rework because it's not great at the moment. So I've been working on that. So what I decided to do was actually start thinking about my future a bit. I'm not getting any younger. I have ambitions. I've had them for a while now, but I've not really taken that step forward. And that's what I started doing this week. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on this week, which isn't game related per se, but let me just get a new browser. So for those that don't know, I've been making games for about 10 years actually. I've spent quite a bit of time making games, and I always had this, I always create my games under the name Vegan Pixels rather than Bed and Sings, because I didn't like the idea of, I don't know, having my name as a company or whatever. So I always used the identity Vegan Pixels. And where I'd like to go now is actually take this a step further and actually make a business out of this. Now I'm not there yet, I'm not ready for this yet. This website's just getting prepared for it. It's starting to get me to think about what's involved in setting up a business and researching and that type of thing. But I thought it was important that I start the website because I need a bit of an identity, I need values, which you can see flashing up here, and I need a bit of a story so people know what I'm about, what I've been doing, and where I'm going. And that's what my website is all about. I worked on this over the weekend. I came up with a new logo. It's a little crane nicking a pixel. And I need to do some more work on the game part itself, explaining the game. At the moment it's just some screenshots, but I want a mailing list, the demo. Once the demo's ready, that'll be here available to download, and other bits and bobs. Then you got a bit about the company, and I find it's weird, like talking about the company and using terminology like we did this. Why? It's actually only me. So I'm not taking it too seriously. I even, in my questions, one of the questions is, you keep saying we, but I can only see one person in the team. Is what it is. The reason I wanted to create a game company is two reasons. One, I've got a full-time job at the moment, and if this game makes any money, I want to keep that separate from my job, because I can't be dealing with all taxes and that malarkey. Although I'm going to have to do that sort of stuff with business, I just thought it'd be easier to separate income from game from general income. Ideally, I wouldn't have the 9 to 5. This company would be my 9 to 5 and more. But I'm not there yet. So I don't quite want to step into that territory just yet. There's also like the legal side as well. I was thinking about this. If let's say someone's playing the game and they found it offensive, or they had a seizure, or I had used a font that I didn't know needed permissions for, or something like that, and they wanted to sue me. Now, unless there was gross misconduct on my behalf as the director or the CEO, whatever title I give myself for the company would get the hit. You know, it'd be the company that goes to court or has to deal with it, not me personally, even though it would be me. It wouldn't be under my name. And that isn't, 100% guaranteed. I know, as I say, like, I have to be careful how I manage myself as the director of the business. So I do need to be careful, but it does give you that sort of protection. And they're the two main reasons. But like the third one is, like, I've always wanted to be working for myself from a very early age. If you look at my personal website, I've tried all kinds of things to get ideas off the ground, and I'm terrible at like sales and pushing stuff. But I've done books, I've done websites, a React website, WordPress website, 2D games. As I say, I've been doing games for 10 years. I've got loads of games. I've worked on different platforms from iOS, Android, KaiOS, which most people won't even know, but it's the third largest mobile operating system. I've written up reviews. This is KaiOS mobile. They don't call them smartphones. I think they call them feature phones. So the modern phones without a touchscreen, very popular in third world countries where money is tight and networks are poor. These bad boys sort of dominate. I've done Indie Dev Studio. That was a complete sort of Photoshop for Indie Dev to create pixel art and sprite sheets. Wrote that in JavaScript. Done Arduino stuff, built products, 3D printed that little case, put that all together. Thought about a new way of interacting with the internet. Rather than having a website, like you could have components from a website that you can build your own interfaces for with the information that you want. Again, more games, toolings, pixelated tooling for a game I was making at the time, more websites, workshop. That was a innovation framework. That ran a number of workshops around innovation, more Arduino stuff, more websites, more games. So, I've been trying really hard over years and years and years to find something that would make me money enough to be doing full time. But you can see the pattern here is the majority of this stuff is games. I always come back to games, and that's what I want to be doing. That's what I enjoy. So that's why this is really important to me. This is going to be my focus and drive. Alongside I need a decent game which is going to be broken, I hope. Seems to be going on the right tracks at least. So yeah, the drive for me is to get this going. If you're interested, you can play some more games on here. You can have a quick look at Starburst. I like this one. This was a game I gave up on. When I say gave up on, I chose to stop working on it. It's not like I couldn't be bothered. It just wasn't working out for me really, because it's a puzzle-based game. It was actually getting quite hard to create the puzzles, and my background's testing, so whenever I make something I like to test it. And actually I was finding this quite hard to test. But simple mechanics. I was going for like sort of casual mobile gaming. But what I liked about this was, all the artwork. That was all me. It had a lot of mechanics that I'd never done before, like the level select. You could actually select different levels, the star rating per level. Yeah. And there's other games on there. I love Dungeon Drop as well. This is like a sort of inspired by the retro games that you never played in the arcade. Very quick action sort of platformer. Oh man, banging soundtrack. Anyway, and there's a few others on there. And then you've got the team. It's a massive team. I mean, yeah. So that's what I've been working on. It's given me direction, actually. It's given me a bit of drive to really sort of know where I want to be now. As I say, I'm a long way from actually forming a company legitimately and properly. But I think once I get to the point with Broken where it's potentially going to make some money, that's when I'll set up the business. And the website's there. The website's there now for conversation as well. There's a conversation I'm going to have tomorrow with a company that reached out to me. They've got access to studio equipment, high-level studio equipment, which is interesting. So looking forward to speaking to them and seeing how that pans out. I'll let you know next week how that turns out and what that involves. But this is the sort of thing that I can pass to people like that, and they can get an idea of who I am and what I'm about. What I really need to do though is really push this game. Like a few screenshots and a bit of text isn't good enough, so I really need to work on that. So hopefully next week more of the game. I've got a couple more scenes to do for the demo. The 17th of July I've got Syntax Error, aka my mate Dan. He's coming over and he's going to be playtesting this. We're going to record the session, have a few beers, and I'll be getting some first-hand feedback, which is going to be interesting. I'm going to record the session. I'll put it on YouTube as well, so you can see that. Really looking forward to that. And again, that's sort of giving me a deadline to work towards. I've just got a few more elements of the story to put in place. I've got to do all the recording over the top of that, the story that goes on top, and I will be doing that myself for now. Yeah, I think that's it. Quite short today. As always, feel free to reach out to me if you've got any questions. Twitter's probably the best place, but by all means, YouTube. And until next time, catch you later.